Ever pondered the lesser-known aspects of one of America's most powerful presidents? Amy Carter, the only child of former President Jimmy Carter, is the subject of our examination today. I promise you will be amazed by what you discover about her at the end of this film. From her early years in the White House to her calm, private adulthood, there are intriguing nuances in every aspect of her life that you simply must not miss, so stay with me through to the end. Despite coming from one of the most powerful families in the country, Amy Carter has always been a mystery whose life has mostly remained out of the public eye. Today, we're going to take a closer look at her to see who she truly is and what we can learn from living out of the spotlight from her experience. From the start, Amy Carter's life was different. She had an unusual upbringing because she was reared as Jimmy Carter's daughter. Amy's early years were characterized by her desire for normalcy and a life away from the unrelenting glare of the media, despite the fact that many people might imagine that living in the White House would entail constant attention and public exposure. Because of her father's dedication to service and humility, the family treasured privacy and personal space even in the most difficult situations. Without the aid of her well-known last name, Amy has been able to differentiate herself and create her outlook on life thanks to this foundation. You'll learn that Amy Carter has always been more than just the daughter of the president as you watch. She has dedicated a significant portion of her life to subtly addressing topics that are vital to her and her community, even if her name will always be associated with the Carter legacy. As many of you may not be aware, Amy decided to pursue a profession that emphasized education, social issues, and personal development after her early years in the spotlight. Amy has always been committed to leading an independent and fulfilling life, even in the face of the media attention her well-known parents receive. Her experience serves as evidence that you don't have to follow in your parents' footsteps even if you were born into a family. Rather, it could motivate you to pursue your own course and use your distinct experiences to change the world. How Amy Carter navigated the challenging landscape of politics and public service without compromising her privacy is among the most fascinating parts of her life. Amy has always lived a more modest, introspective life, in contrast to many of her friends who embrace fame and utilize it as a platform for their careers. Instead of being pushed into a career she never wanted, her decision has freed her to focus on topics that genuinely interest her. She has gained the respect of people who place more importance on content than looks thanks to her modest style, which serves as a potent reminder that genuine influence is not necessarily the result of continuous media attention. Amy's life serves as a reminder that the most significant labor is often done in the background, out of the spotlight, in a society that is fixated on popularity and rapid pleasure. Consider the difficulties that come with having a well-known name as you watch this film. Despite being raised with expectations that could have easily overwhelmed her, Amy Carter was able to make a significant contribution without sacrificing who she is. Her story is so captivating because of this precise balancing act between tradition and uniqueness. Her life is a combination of her remarkable upbringing and her pursuit of a real, grounded life. Her excellent ability to uphold her integrity in the face of enormous public expectations is the reason she is still well-liked today. Even though Amy's contributions don't always make the news, they have had a significant impact on the communities she cares about over the years. Through her advocacy for educational programs, her engagement in social issues, or her determination to maintain a modest and friendly demeanor, Amy Carter embodies a portion of public life that is occasionally disregarded. She serves as a reminder that the most powerful voices are frequently the quietest ones, and that those who choose to work hard without looking for recognition are frequently the ones who bring about significant change. Anyone who has ever been overcome by expectations can find inspiration in her tale of tenacity and dedication to her own principles. The difference between the public's perception of Amy's early existence and her current self is what adds even more intrigue to her story. At first, she was viewed by many as simply the daughter of a president, which had advantages and disadvantages of its own. But as she grew older, Amy developed into a lady with goals of her own. She accepted her uniqueness and worked clandestinely to further causes that matched her values rather than depending on the fame of her last name to define who she was. An understanding of the intricate relationship between family, celebrity, and individual fate can be gained from this shift from a presidential idol to a person with a unique, autonomous voice. Knowing more about Amy Carter's past makes it evident that her story touches on the universal search for one's place in the world as well as the difficulties of being affiliated with a famous person. Perhaps many of us have questioned why we are here, particularly when our obligations to our families or society seem overwhelming. Amy's journey is a potent reminder that it's acceptable to go against the grain because she deliberately decided to deviate from the traditional route that her predecessors had laid out. For anyone trying to strike a balance between internal goals and external pressures, her quiet resolve and unshakable dedication to her ideals are a ray of hope. Amy Carter's life has had a significant impact that goes much beyond her private life. The story focuses on more general topics including privacy, public service, and the value of upholding one's integrity in a critical society. Her choice to lead a peaceful, dignified life is both admirable and thought-provoking in an era when so many people are lured to the attraction of continuous attention. It makes us consider what we really appreciate in famous people: the grace, discernment, and depth that come from a life lived with purpose and humility, or the never-ending stream of eye-catching headlines. Think about how Amy's decisions can motivate you to follow your own as you think back on her path. Her tale demonstrates that you can still define your identity on your own terms, even if you are born into a legacy. It's about having the strength to follow your passions, advocating for causes that hold personal significance, and never allowing expectations to stifle your own voice. Amy Carter's narrative serves as a subdued yet potent reminder of the value of originality in a society that frequently values conformity above authenticity. I appreciate that you watched the entire video. Please take a moment to like this video and leave a comment below if Amy Carter's story had the same impact and inspiration on you as it did on me. Please share your thoughts on her journey and the ways in which her decisions have affected your own life. To ensure you don't miss any updates, click the notification bell and subscribe if you would want to see more articles that delve deeply into the lives of remarkable people and the lessons they have to share. Every narrative has a special power, and Amy Carter's tale serves as a lovely reminder that regardless of our background, we can all discover our own path in life.